What's up guys, it's Rendezvous with the Ramey family, and in this video we're going to start the long process of refitting Risque, a 1969 Coronado 25 sailboat. We're going to break this down into different videos, and this video is the prep work before we can actually get the real work started. Just two goals that we want to accomplish by this refit, and the first one is I want to be able to solo sail. That's super important. I want to be on the boat as often as possible, and I oftentimes can't do it the way it's rigged up right now. I can't do it by myself, so I want to be able to drop the mainsail with lazy jacks, so it'll just fall down onto the boom and it won't fall off the side of the boat as it comes down, which is super annoying. I don't like putting the sails away improperly. I take good care of my sails, so the lazy jack is going to help me take better care of my sails on my own. And the furling head sail, right now I don't have a furling head sail. I love furling head sails. It just makes everything easier. All I got to do is pull on a line, the head sail comes out, let go of the line, head sail goes back in. You can't beat that. So that's the first goal, is solo sailability. So there's going to be some running rigging upgrades and some standing rigging upgrades. And there's going to be an autopilot as well. I did score an autopilot when I went up north to the Pacific Northwest and met with a captain of a Baba 40. And in exchange for some light work on his boat, he threw me an autopilot. And I'm pretty excited about that. It's a pretty expensive piece of equipment. And to be honest, with my budget, it was going to come off if I couldn't squeeze it all in. So I'm glad I have it. The other thing is getting rid of the interior design in there. I hate it. I can't stand the interior in there. I don't like anything about the 1969 color palette, and a lot of the lights in there are just outdated. Everything in there is outdated. It's older than me by a lot. So basically new LED switches, new gangway, new electrical everything, and LED lights. LEDs don't draw almost any amperage, so you can leave them on all night and it doesn't really kill your battery at all. So it's definitely a substantial and significant improvement, and they're brighter, they're cheaper. LED is the way to go. So automatic bilge pump. The automatic bilge pump needs to go in there, and I'm going to put it in the bilge on the bottom. I'm actually going to build a little platform in the bottom of the bilge so I can use the bilge like storage for food or whatever. I like to put beers or alcohol down there, and I want them to have their own floor above the actual deck of the bilge itself. I want the bilge pump to be on the deck, so I want them separate. I want the automatic bilge pump to be in there, taking care of it if it ever rains and water gets in there again. So that's been kind of a problem this last winter, is water would get in no matter what, and there'd be 4 or 5 inches of standing water in my bilge, which I don't like. So we're going to redo the interior. Like I said, color palette's going away. So we're going to go with a white. We're going to keep some of the wood interior. I want that classic yacht look. I don't think it's going to take me all winter, but who knows? I suck at this kind of stuff, but we'll see. Now that we know what we want to do with Risque and the purpose of the refit, we actually going to have to get in there and get rid of all the stuff that needs to come out. is the antenna that's mounted on top of the mast. It's the only one I'm going to leave in here. All of the wiring is going to be brand new, starting over from scratch, just so I know where everything's going and I can run it the way I want to run it. But I do like the antenna mounted on top of the mast. It just gives you so much extra range. I do have a handheld radio. There's no reason to put a the type of radio you would put on a boat if you're out at sea and all that stuff. There's no reason to put that in this boat because I have no intention of putting this back into blue water. That's also why I'm not going to put a steam light on the mast. I'm going to put floodlights on the mast. So this is intentionally going to stay on the lake, and I'm going to wire it as such. But this is going to stay up on top of the mast because I'm going to take a handheld radio, and if I can't reach anybody on the handheld for some reason, even on a lake, I'm going to touch the metal part of the antenna wire to the antenna on my radio, and it'll actually just do the same thing. It'll just extend the range of my handheld. So it saves me a bunch of money. It does the exact same thing. Okay, so the other big part of a refit is your budget. How much money you're going to throw into this thing. I'm going to keep this refit in perspective. This is not my forever boat. This has been a practice boat. This is for us kind of boat. You know, see if we enjoyed sailing, see if we enjoyed the massive amount of work it takes to just keep a boat from falling apart. While it's just sitting still on the slip, it will fall apart. You know, 80% of boat life is fixing the boat. Boat maintenance, boat cleaning, boat painting, boat everything. So, and boat stands for bust out another $1,000. And that's been kind of true every year. I spend at least $1,000 on this boat. And that's just sailing around on a lake. So you could imagine how much money it's going to take to get into a full-time saltwater offshore passage making liveaboard boat that's at least 40 feet. So I'm not going to spend a lot of money on this boat. I'm going to spend the money that I've set aside specifically for this refit because I do intend solo sail on the lake and sail with my family on the lake and satisfy that sailing itch that we have until the day that we move aboard a liveaboard, and that's coming. With 95% of all the money that I save every month going towards the liveaboard, I have managed to save $3,555 for this boat, and that's what this is going to be. So $3,000. Let's just call it $3,500. Okay, so that's the budget for this boat. That's the budget we're going to stay in, and I'm pretty good about that. As we go through these refit videos, I'm definitely going to be keeping track of that, and I'll be probably updating that every budget. So, or every video, the budget will get updated, and I'll keep track of that for sure. So we'll see how this goes.
Thanks for watching, guys. This is the first of many videos about making a smaller sailboat much more comfortable without breaking the bank. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future.